Hi, this is painter Megan Chapman, and I'm recording a short podcast about the paintings that are being shown currently at the Solo Gallery in Innerleithen in the Scottish borders. You can find the Solo Gallery at 51 High Street, Innerleithen, EH446HD. Phone number is 07495 710 687. This is normally where I would tell you the gallery hours, but of course, due to everything going on with the COVID-19 pandemic, it's best for you to just call gallery owner Kate Hayes. I know she is changing the windows and moving things around in her beautiful gallery. You can also find her on Facebook and Instagram to stay up to date. And I know she's going to be creating more of a web presence as well. So again, that's Solo Gallery, and that's in Innerleithen in the gorgeous Scottish borders. So today I thought I would just talk briefly about the pieces that Kate has right now in the gallery that are available for purchase. So first we'll start with, so basically what Kate has is she has a selection of works from 3 different series. She has works from a series called A Shift in the Weather. And she has works from a series called All the Ways. And then she has some small works that are relatively new. I think it's a total of, 7 pieces, I believe, 6 or 7 pieces. So let's start with the largest piece in the gallery. It's the title piece from the series A Shift in the Weather. It's 76 by 76 centimeters. It's on that deep edge canvas, so it's 4 centimeters deep. It's mixed media on canvas. This was created in 2016. For those of you who know me and sort of my journey here in Scotland, I had moved from the States in September of 2014. So and set up my art practice again very quickly as soon as I got here, basically, and started creating work at my studio at the Out of the Blue Drill Hall in the winter of 2014-2015. So this first large piece is from 2016, and after kind of a period of very bright, hot, warm colors, I was returning back to something I like to call my white series, which has been a series of paintings that I've been creating off and on since 2010. So A Shift in the Weather has this sort of slightly warm but obscured bottom section, a sort of warm orange ochre, and then we have whites and grays and these dark sort of dripping blocks and shapes. I've always been interested in these interlocking shapes and circles and patterns. Sometimes they overlap, sometimes they float next to each other. Sometimes they're quite discordant and appear out of the blue in different places along the picture plane. These are kind of forming almost like a wall, and the charcoal is sort of dripping and melting, but there's other layers that are going on behind it that are partially obscured. So these dark shapes are almost like sad clouds dripping into this atmosphere. I would say this is very much a sort of reckoning, feeling my new Scottish home, this dripping gray, dark landscape, but with a little bit of this yellow ochre peering through, and a little bit of sort of a Baltic green peering through the white and gray. This piece is quite atmospheric and moody and floating and ethereal, we'll say. Next up is a piece called To Tell You Everything. It's 40 by 40 centimeters by 4 centimeters deep. This is done the next year. It's done in 2017. This piece still has the dark, black, beautiful line of the charcoal powder that I love to use, still with some of those strips, but now they're almost forming as bold, almost calligraphy and holding the shapes. They're acting as cups. So the piece has white. It's divided almost into three parts. There's a white bottom, and then the yellow ochre top, and then these calligraphic sort of black marks holding brighter colors. Again, these brighter colors obscured in this atmospheric foreground. Moving just a little quicker now because I don't have a lot of time. Where We Say Goodbye is 40 by 40 by 4 centimeters. Again, 2017. Again, it is yellow, white with these bold black strokes with these drips coming at the side, coming down where you might expect them. And then those shapes, again, the interlocking shapes. I think of the shapes usually as conversations, emotions, relationships, interlocking, supporting, holding, also the energy around us, maybe other people's ideas. The next piece, called Far Away, is 40 by 40 by 4 centimeters. Again, mixed media on canvas from 2017. This is a slightly different piece. This piece, again, has the strong white bottomed section, and then it's divided up again almost into threes. But we have a much stronger variety of colors. Yellow ochre again, but some orange. There's the beginnings of some pink, this dark charcoal line blurring. You get almost a mid-century abstract landscape feeling. There's something really, I like this piece a lot. I always have, but there is something slightly different about it. It's almost a punctuation mark in this series of paintings. Precipice. This is a 51 by 41 by 4 centimeter piece. It was done in 2017. There's pink, yellow ochre, the Baltic blue. There's white. There's still the drip lines. There are still the shapes. They're balancing very carefully. This pink is this bright highlight, but it's also still a rather dark piece. But things are balancing and holding like stones. This piece has a really lovely atmosphere to it and a nice balance to it. And again, has a little bit of a mid-century vibe to it. Precipice and Far Away look related. So Precipice and Far Away, Where We Say Goodbye, To Tell You Everything, and then A Shift in the Weather. These are from two separate bodies of work, but have enough characteristics and qualities that I felt comfortable showing them together. And it's kind of a nice evolution because you can see how things start in 2016 and how they start evolving in 2017. Again, my work, in particular, these pieces are about balance, shape, form, line, atmosphere. Always in my work, I like to give people a place to go, a bit meditation. But these are particularly graphic in some respects, I think. I do just absolutely love charcoal, and I love what it does with paint. I love the dance. And all of these paintings have a lot of motion and movement and dance within them in these earthen colors. But then there's always sort of a surprise in there, these pinks and purples and yellows. Now to move on to the last two pieces, which do completely look a bit different because these were done in 2019. And these are 20 by 20 by 4 centimeters, and these happen to be framed. The first one is On the Wind. Again, you can see my tendency to divide the canvas up. The bottom is this kind of white, but pink has gotten into the white, so it's a warm white with a warm gray on the top. There are lines, there's drawings. This becomes a little bit more mark maker in its interest. Then there's this very peculiar sort of almost pink, sweet shape, and parts of it have been obscured and parts of it kind of trail off. So On the Wind, that is for me a slightly peculiar piece, because it almost has some sort of a cuteness or sweetness, and when next to these other pieces I've just described, it stands out a bit. But at the same time, you can definitely see it's within my canon of work. The last piece, The Sea Whispers to Me, again, mixed media on canvas, 20 by 20 by 4 centimeters. This again was done in 2019. It's framed in a white tray frame. Again, this telltale division of the canvas, heavy on the bottom, a little bit in the center, cloud-like white, pink, gray, little pink dots. Again, a bit of a landscape feeling. You still have a little bit of the shapes. Again, along with the last one I was describing, On the Wind, this one has just a little bit of a sweeter, cuter quality about it. Definitely my work, definitely fits in the series of works, but these two being in 2019, and I think because they were smaller works, are just a little bit more fun, a little bit more, there's like wave patterns, and you can see where I've wiped off the paint or left brush strokes or these little tiny dabs. These are also much more textural. They have a bigger buildup of paint. Usually when I paint, I'm quite a thin painter. I like the layers to be quite translucent. So you're going to get many layers in my paintings, but they're going to be translucent building of layers rather, again, than that heavy impasto painting technique. But in these last two ones, which are maybe, let's say, cuter, if you will, they have more of a textured feeling about them. So those are, let's just double check. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, I was right. 7 paintings. They're all available through the Solo Gallery in Innerleithen. And I hope you have enjoyed this little deeper exploration into the color, form, shape, some of the ideas behind the paintings. Again, contact gallery owner Kate Hayes. Her gallery is at 51 High Street, Innerleithen, EH446HD, and her phone number is 07495710687. And again, you can find her at Facebook at Solo Gallery 51, and you can find her on Instagram _Solo Gallery, and her website is www.sologallery.co.uk, and you can email her at kate@sologallery.co.uk. So this has been another short podcast just to sort of explore a little deeper these works. I hope you've enjoyed it and feel like you know a little bit more about these works and some of my ideas around the work, or just sort of getting to know my work better and how I feel about my work and the way I build my work. So again, thank you very much for your time. I hope you all are staying well and safe, and thank you for taking the time to listen and look and enjoy some art. Thanks again.